provocation here?
So CARICOM has issued a very strong statement. The OAS has issued very strong statement. Commonwealth has issued very strong statement. We are working now with CIRAC so that CIRAC can issue a very strong statement. I think President Lula also sent a team into Venezuela to have discussions with President Maduro and his team. That team came back, and what we saw is that Brazil has increased their presence on their border with Venezuela. President Lula has given me assurance that Brazil stands strongly with Guyana, and that they would not see any reckless behavior by Venezuela. We are working now with SOUTHCOM, the Department of Defense and State Department of the U.S., and hopefully within the next 24 hours, a lot of strong statements and strong communication to Venezuela will be released.
And context, Mr. President, I think it's important here because, just for our viewers who may not know, Venezuela has elections coming up soon. The opposition in the country is getting stronger. How much is this just political posturing or distraction? What have you been advised?
So this is one school of thought, that a lot of this has to do with the internal politics of Venezuela and President Maduro trying to distract from the internal politics. But that is Venezuela's issue. What he is doing is creating a direct threat to Guyana and working towards creating instability in the region. And I think the U.S. ought to take this into consideration. We expect President Biden administration would look at the behavior of Venezuela in relation to the sanctions themselves.
Yeah, and that is a very important point. I also think it's important to add that Russia and President Putin, as you well know, Mr. President, one of President Maduro's allies, given strong allies, and given what we have seen in Ukraine and the fact that Putin remains in the battle and potentially losing financial support, Ukraine's losing potentially financial support from the West, or maybe waning, do you think that Putin's actions in Ukraine are enabling this?
And this is another school of thought that the Maduro is taking examples out of what occurred in Ukraine. But we believe that in this Western Hemisphere, we cannot allow a situation like Ukraine in this Western Hemisphere. We cannot allow the annexation of a territory in this Western Hemisphere. That would be something that we have never contemplated in this hemisphere and will disrupt the stability, the peace that we are known for within this hemisphere.
Mr. President, I really appreciate you taking the time to speak to us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. It was great being here.
Thank you.